sadness gets worse and we don't know why. Our city is bleeding for crimson. I don't protest, I just dance in my shadows. Hallowed be thy empty when my name don't sing. Shallow waters, under bridges, don't forget about me. Who are you to love me and not call me by my name? I'm sunny, just like the sun, like the sun.
Cut the noise. Thought I'd just give y'all a little something. Welcome back to Kicking It with Key, y'all. I'm so happy to be back talking to you guys. So listen, this is a therapeutic session for me sometimes. And everything I tell y'all is what I'm taking advice on and what I'm learning about the world. So I'm so glad that you're tuning in, because by no means am I a guru. So I appreciate you, tuning in and taking what you can from the episodes. This is episode 7? 7? Oh my gosh. Is it really episode 7? Wow. Like, shout out to every one of you for tuning in from 1 through 6. And here you at 7. And I appreciate it. And 7's the number of completion. Doesn't mean I'm going to be done. I just want you to think about that. So I'm really happy. Yes, so I got to treat this episode real well because it's a holy number, okay? But I'm excited because we get to cut the noise once again and think about our own lives and making things better for ourselves. So let's jump into it. So I've been thinking about what was the next episode going to be about, and I was having a hard time, to be honest with you, coming up with these topics and thinking about what would be best for people to hear has been a struggle sometimes. Because honestly, I've been really busy myself. Like you all know, I'm an educator. And so I just wrapped up the year with my 3rd graders. And I also had the wonderful pleasure of returning to the Children's Defense Fund Freedom Schools. And so I had training for that. And so I am getting ready to start that soon. And so it's just so much happening in my life. A lot of traveling. I was in Tennessee for a while. Of course, I'm in the DC area. That's where I teach. And then I'm, back at home in Arkansas now. So that's why I'm filming in a new location. It'll be a little bit fancier next time we have an episode. Episode 8 will be a little bit more, together. But I just wanted to make sure that I touch base with you guys. And so today, this is about the young millennial woman, specifically the young millennial Black woman. And I just wanted to help my sisters out a little bit because I know I've been struggling with everything that's been going on and all what's happening in the world, and just thinking about my life and what I want out of it. It's just so much all the time that I'm focusing on. So I wanted to give you a few things that I have learned over, the years, to be honest with you. And it's funny because the things that I'm going to tell you about are things I wrote like a year ago, almost to this day. And I found them and I was like, oh my gosh, this is a great, this would be great for an episode. So, in my, thinking about all of y'all, I said, let me see what can I take out of it that still applies to my life, and then what might apply to some of my sisters' lives out there. So this is what I have for you. So this is what I call letters to the young millennial woman. You know what I mean? The millennial woman, the woman that is super busy, that is chasing her coin, okay? Also chasing her purpose in that process, finding what self-care methods work best for her. She's out there grinding. She's trying to make sure that she can take care of herself because she doesn't need a man, even though having one is great. Like all of these different things, right? And so I really wanted to tap into that when I talked about this episode. So I'm just going to go through them in no particular order, but as I was writing it, I was like, man, this, what do I need? Or what did I need when I was first starting my journey as a professional, first starting my journey as in my postgraduate life, because Lord knows that's a whole different section of crazy, okay? Adulting is something that I was not ready for, but hey, I jumped into it and I did my best with it. So it's the same, you must do the same. So letters to a young millennial woman. First things first, God is everything. So I know that there are people out there that don't believe what I believe, and I understand that. But I know that in my life, for me and my house, God is everything. He is the reason why I have the the audacity to stand before you today, or to sit. I'm in the bed, but you know what I'm saying. And I think that it's so beautiful to have him and to be able to speak to him. And then some people may say her, whatever. God is everything, and he's amazing, and I appreciate everything that I get because it's all a blessing. Things I don't deserve. Simple as that. So, I'm glad I made that one first because, that's most important. But number 2. You remember the phrase sink or swim? Well, that's not true. Sink or swim is not really a real concept. Sometimes you're just floating around, just trying to figure out how to adult. And when you're thinking about sinking and swimming, people usually say, like, either you're going to get out there into this big ocean and you're a little fish and you're either going to sink or you're going to swim. Well, honey, sometimes you just got to float because life is just that difficult or just confusing. So, maintain. That's the word I'm really looking for. Just maintain. Do what you can when you can. Number 3. Passion will pay your heart a lot more than money will pay your bank account. Okay? Because let me tell you something. There are some days where I wish I had some more money because I'm a teacher and all the teachers out there know. But there are many days where passion pays my heart's bill. And I'm thankful for that because the job is difficult. Life is difficult. But my passion for helping youth, my passion for loving these babies, my passion for doing something for my community is what pays the bills of my heart. That fill it up on my worst days. Okay? Number 3. Just kidding. Number 4. Psych. I can count. Number 4. If you pour out your whole cup for your job, friends, family, then what's left for you? What is left for you? And that's been something hard for me to learn. Y'all, seriously, I be pouring my doggone cup out. Pour everywhere. Pour that thing out for the people I don't know. Pour them out for the people I do know. Pour them out for my kids, for my students, just for everybody. And then I'm looking at my cup like, So I'm thirsty now. So I want you to think about, if you pour it all out, then what's left for you? So give people that saucer love. If you know what I'm talking about from my last video, I talked to you about how you have to use all this in your cup for you, and then whatever overflows into the saucer is for other people. And I'm telling you, if you do it right, you'll have a whole lot in your saucer to give out. Okay? Number 5. You don't burn out by serving too much. You burn out by not filling yourself back up. So my question is, who fills you back up? What fills you back up? Whatever it is, whoever it is. Find it, fill it up, get what you need, take care of your self-love. Okay? Number 6. You're beautifully and wonderfully made, even if the men in our generation have not figured it out yet or have not recognized it. Because Lord knows there have been many days where I'm like, I know my self-worth, but good God, what is wrong with these men? And so I do understand, having moments of low self-confidence or low self-esteem because you're not being recognized by people of the opposite sex or people of your same sex, and you're just trying to figure out what's going on. You're still beautifully and wonderfully made. You're still important. You're still necessary. You're still worth it, even if other people don't recognize it, which is why that self-love is so incredibly important, because nobody can validate that but you. And God has already told you who you are, so nobody else's opinion can matter. Okay? Even though that's hard sometimes, because I know. Number 7. Episode 7. Adulting is scary. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to miss a bill. You're going to forget someone's birthday. You're going to wake up late. You're going to be irritated by your boss or your coworkers. You're going to choose terrible housemate. You're going to forget to clean something, forget to do something, forget a deadline. It's going to happen. But in that process, you will learn so much. Well, you will begin to create a system for what works for you, and you'll begin to write things down, put reminders in your phone, and you'll just figure it out as you go. So don't let anybody make you think that you have to have it figured out right now, because you don't. And I'm still figuring that out for myself, because that's hard for me. I like to have stuff together. Okay, just the way I was brought up. Okay. Number 8. You will also find God for yourself. I know many of us probably went to church when we were younger and our families introduced us to Christ. And then later on in your life, you were like, wait a minute now. I realize you might step away from God for a little while and then come back and realize, okay, now I know him for myself. I went through something on my own. He had to talk to me in private. And then once that happened, you'll understand his realness in your life. And nobody else will be able to tell you anything about your God, because you'll know him for your what? Everybody said together, self. There we go. Number 9. Don't you look fine? Self-care is essential, which that whole last episode, I'm not even going to spend time on that. Y'all know what I'm saying. That last episode told y'all self-care is essential in order to be successful. You really want to be successful mentally, emotionally, physically, all that good stuff, spiritually. You got to get that self-care in check. You have to. It's the only way it'll work. And last but not least, number 10. Nobody can do what you can do. Say it together. Nobody can do what I can do. Nobody can do what I can do. If you didn't exist, there would be a void that could not be filled by anybody else. Fight the urge to encourage negativity. Things will happen. Work days will be hard. But despite that, you are the sky. So this is something I read this many, many years ago. And it said, you are the sky, right? Sadness, negativity, frustration are just passing clouds. And when the clouds pass by, the sky still remains. So my question to you is, if you're the sky and those things are clouds, how can they stop you? You are eternal. And they are temporary. No matter what happens with the clouds and how you're feeling, you're going to still stand. So choose to stand today. Listen, young millennial woman, I get it. I'm with you, girl. I'm struggling too, girl. But just know that you're not by yourself. And I hope that those 10 things support you in some kind of way. And I'll leave you with this. You poppin'. Don't let nobody tell you nothing else. No, but seriously, you're amazing. You're doing your best. And your choices are your choices. In relationships, in friendships, in life, in work, your choices are your choices. And they may not always be the best choices at the time, but you're doing the best you can with the information that you have right now. So think of those 10 things and let me know if you need anything else. And remember to cut the noise out in your life and be who you are called to be. And while you're figuring it out, try everything. Just kidding. I love y'all. Episode 7. I'm just so happy. I'm happy to have the opportunity to speak to you. I'm happy that you feel like I know enough to say anything to y'all about anything. I'm still figuring it out. And I know you are too. And we'll end out with this.
Who are you to tell me I can't love you the way mothers love daughters? The way Mary was closest to Joseph and babies is close to the Father.